The following is a presentation of Santa Monica College.
It's a great evening here in Santa Monica, California as we get ready for women's college basketball here at Santa Monica College as the Santa Monica Corsairs will take on the Los Angeles Valley Monarchs. Hello everybody, welcome to the broadcast booth here. I'm Nick Johnson. This is my broadcast partner, Dominic Coakley, and we're going to get some fun action of basketball here tonight. So Dominic, who are we looking at here tonight?
Well, for the SMC Corsairs, we're looking at defense specifically. So they have two really good defensive players with great defensive stats. And obviously stats don't tell the full story, but it gives us a good indication on what they'll bring to the table. So we have number 2 for the SMC Corsairs, Jessica Malama, who is averaging 2.2 steals a game. And then her teammate, Luna Rivera, who's also averaging 2.2 steals a game. So defense will be key for the Corsairs today. And then for the LA Valley team, we have Rebecca Islas, who's averaging 24.4 points a game. So that's an amazing stat line. And obviously we know just from the numbers that she can definitely score the ball. And then we also have our teammate, Parra Castillo, who's averaging 15.4 points a game coming into this matchup. So it's definitely it's offense for the LA Valley team, and then we have for the Santa Monica team is defense. So that's already an excellent collision course. So I just can't wait to get this game started, and it's going to be a fantastic game. I hope you guys are ready as well.
Offense versus defense will tell the tale. No, let's get down to the action, everybody. And we get ready for opening tip-off here at Santa Monica College between the Santa Monica Corsairs and the LA Valley Monarchs, and underway we go as the Monarchs are able to win the opening tip-off right here, and they're looking to get off a fast start. The Monarchs come in here with a record of 10-8, while the Santa Monica Corsairs come in with a record of 7-9, and there's the opening bucket right there by number 31 for the Monarchs. That's Janelle Hero, and then the Corsairs looked to respond, and it was forced out of bounds as a result. Jessica Malama on the drive right there and was out of bounds as a result. The starting lineups for the LA Valley Monarchs, visiting all the way from LA Valley, you got Rebecca Islas, Farrah Castillo, Serene Tyus, Daniel Skologs, and Janelle Hero. As you see, Islas right there on the rebound right there, and the Monarchs are driving up. And the starting lineup for the Corsairs, you got the high-scoring Jessica Malama, the second leading scorer, Resnick, Crandall, Luna Rivera, Lisa Hall, and Janae Cole. And the Corsairs try to get on the board as well, but an errant pass forced the game out of bounds here. And the Monarchs will take over. The Corsairs coming to this game with a 3-game winning streak, coming off of a convincing win this past Wednesday against Rio Hondo College on a dominating 78-53 or 73-58 rather fashion on their home turf as they won 3 straight and want to keep that winning streak alive. Here's the Monarchs now. They're going to drive, loses the ball right there before able to get it back, and a whistle on the play. So that's probably a traveling call against the Monarchs, so the Corsairs will take over. Here's Jessica Malama, the leading scorer of the Santa Monica Corsairs, averaging 17.7 points per game. Was also tied for team lead in steals per game with 2.2. Who is Racionais Crandall was able to drive the bucket, but it was unable to do so. That was Rebecca Islas on the rebound. Now Farrah Castillo, second leading scorer on her team, and one of the great passers on his team as well, and that is Rebecca Hiron, unable to get the shot off, and here we go. The Corsairs on a fast break. And that's Lisa Hall on the fast break, and she was able to put it in, and the game is tied at 2. Fast break made by the Corsairs, and Lisa Hall finished it off. Here's Farrah Castillo now. Over to Danielle Skologs, and then Rebecca Hiron in the paint. Over the pass off to her teammate, and it is good. That is Serene Tyus with a 2-point jump shot, and the Monarchs is able to regain the lead. Jessica Malama now. Over to a 3-point jump shot to Janae Cole, but unable to connect. That was Serene Tyus on the rebound, and the ball was knocked away. Last touch by Janae Cole, and the Monarchs will retain possession.
Showing you why she's got so many steals. Ball hawking, did not steal the ball that time, but the way she ball hawked the ball was very, very prestigious in terms of defensive ability.
Defense will be the key to this game for the Santa Monica Corsairs going up against a high-scoring team in the LA Valley Monarchs. Meanwhile, we got a substitution on play. As Danielle Skologs just checked out, substituted by Jillian Nyman. As a result of the ball knocked out and a whistle on the play. A mad scramble right there as the ball was knocked loose. But the Monarchs recovered before the whistle was blown, but the Corsairs will have possession.
you notice that both teams are pretty undersized. One person for the Corsairs specifically, who was team leading, averaging 7.5 points a game.
Jasmine Odie.
Yeah, Jasmine Odie, who was out today, was a key rebounder for their team. So they're kind of undersized right now, but hopefully they persevere in losing her.
It will be a key situation to see how this game goes out. Here's Jenna over to Luna Rivera. Undercut, unable to connect, but it was a good open lane look up, but it didn't connect. Now the Monarchs on a fast break. Here's Farrah Castillo, second leading team scorer in points scored. She's really capable of not only shooting the ball, but distributing it as well, because she's averaging 4.7 assists per game, so she's got real basketball IQ there. And the Corsairs will have possession after the ball was out of bounds. Here's Malama now, over to Crandall. Crandall, back to Malama. Malama being guarded by Serene Tyas. Here's Malama now, driving, and out of bounds right there. It was a little miscommunication right there, and the ball went out of bounds, and the Monarchs will take possession.
On 2 plays in a row, too. They tried to get a key connection on a fast break, and some miscommunication there. Couldn't get the ball, so they got to fix that.
Here's Castillo for the Monarchs. Now pass it off over to number 21. That's Allison Gallardo, who just checked in. Now the Corsairs trying to respond on a fast break. Here's Resnick Crandall, and she got it. Resnick Crandall, second leading team scorer on the squad, averaging 13.2 points per game. Gets her first bucket of the night right there. Here's Farrah Castillo. Castillo open to a wide open look right there on the corner, and it is no good. Rebounded by the Corsairs, and that's Crandall again. Another fast break look. Here's Malama. Malama trying to finish it off and has it off to Luna Rivera, but no good. Malama was able to get it back. Here's Crandall. Crandall trying to dribble. Crandall to a wide open corner and loses the ball. Miscarry right there, but Janae Cole was able to recover. Janae Cole over to Lisa Hall in the corner. Over to Luna Rivera. She doesn't get it, but she was able to get the ball back. And out of bounds, deflected, and I believe the Corsairs will have possession, and they do.
A little bit of sloppiness right here. Was an excellent full court pass by I believe that was number 22 for the Santa Monica Corsairs, but they could not get the basket to fall.
Meanwhile, some more subs into the game, and that is number 25, Mia Williams, who just checked in the game, along with Maylene Cabral for the Corsairs. Now the Monarchs on a fast break, and a whistle and a travel call against the LA Valley Monarchs. That is number 12, Serene Tyas. Took a little too many steps right there, and the Corsairs will have possession. Here's Malama now. Corsairs trying to tie the game in the opening minutes of the game. Here's Malama with a 2-point jump shot. No good. It was a mistimely shot right there. You don't see it that much for a person like her, leading 17.7 points per game, who was really, really excellent off the court. And here's Farrah Castillo now. Castillo pass it off to the open corner, and it is no good. That was number 13, Ilya Rivera, who missed the jump shot. Here's Malama now. Malama pass it off to number 25, Mia Williams, who couldn't get the ball, but it was deflected off a Monarchs player, and the Corsairs will still have possession. Meanwhile, we got a substitution for the Monarchs right now. It is number 22, Rebecca Islas, just checked herself out, and in comes number 21, Allison Gallardo.
Another miscommunication right there on the inbound play. Number 22 and number 0 for the Corsairs could not link up on that play, and they unfortunately turned the ball over to the Monarchs.
Janae Cole and Resnick Crandall unable to connect right there, and now the Monarchs are trying to build up momentum as they lead 6-4 with 5:13 left to go in the first quarter. Fast break for the Monarchs. That's number 33. Number 33, Danielle Skolox, who was driving to the basket but was unable to connect and went off a Corsairs player and went out of bounds as a result. Here's Skolox now. Skolox driving, no good, as she was beautifully defended on the play right there. Good standards right there as she looked to make a hook jump shot but wasn't able to connect right there.
Really great defense from both sides, though. Really clogging the lanes and communicating well, so they make sure they have no easy points.
Slow down minute right there as the Corsairs are trailing by 2 points here with just 5 minutes and 2 seconds left in the first quarter. As we try to sort this out as the Monarchs to try to max the floor, because it's always key to get the game started before it resumes. So
the players taking it within their own hands and cleaning the floor for the refs.
Real nice way to put it. And now as the play resumes, the Monarchs are trying to add to their already 2-point lead right there. It's Castillo over to Ilya Rivera, but now Danielle Skolags with a 2-point jumper, no good, and rebounded by Mia Williams. And here's Resnick Crandall on a fast break. Corsairs trying to respond, try to tie the game up. Over to the corner to Malene Cabral. Cabral, no good. And the Monarchs able to rebound as Farrah Castillo, defended by Luna Rivera, trying to get off the court for a fast break. Here's Castillo now. Castillo, patient. Best ball handling skills, averaging almost 5 assists a game, is Farrah Castillo. Monarchs try to add to their lead. And now Skolags with a 3-point jumper, no good. And another rebound right there by the Corsairs. That's Crandall once more. Crandall on the fast break. Crandall trying to drive it up, and no good, as she was greatly defended right there by number 31, Janelle Heron. Here's Farrah Castillo now. Castillo driving, pass it off to one of her teammates. Here's Skolags now. Danielle Skolags receives a pass and no good, but she draws the foul right there. So that will go as a shooting foul against the Corsairs, and she will go to the line.
Good job on number 33, sniffing out the lane and seeing an open shot, and Corsairs had to foul her to make sure they could not get the easy 2.
First free throw attempt for the LA Valley Monarchs, as that one connects right there for Skolags, who was only averaging 58.5% of her free throw shootings this year. So this is a number to look out of to see. And as we mentioned before, free throws are very crucial in a game like this. And that one connects as well. 2 for 2 is Danielle Skolags on the free throw line. And it was 8-4 LA Valley over the Corsairs. Here's Nicole now over to Maylene Cabral. Cabral driving. Cabral shoots. Cabral scores. That's the first bucket of the game for Maylene Cabral, and the Corsairs draw back to within 2.
Great floater, doing her best Tony Parker impression, throwing it high off the glass.
Now the Monarchs will try to respond inside, and that is Rebecca Islas in the paint, but wasn't able to connect. But that will go as an offensive foul, and the Corsairs will have possession. Maylene Cabral scored 11 points in the previous game against Rio Hondo, and was able to contribute with 5 assists and a couple of steals as well. She was really active on the floor, and one of her multiple games back after suffering a ankle injury about 2 months ago, and what a real comeback story for her. And the LA Valley Monarchs now trying to bounce back and respond. Here's Danielle Skolags now. Danielle Skolags over to the corner to Rebecca Islas, no good, but the Monarchs are able to rebound it back. And now it is a difficult shot right there by Danielle Skolags, and now the lead is 10-6 in favor of LA Valley.
Way to use her strength to put the ball up, and fortunately for her, it went in.
A missed timely pass right there by Maylene Cabral, and the ball went out of bounds as a result.
The Corsairs got to get their head in the game. A lot of miscommunication, a lot of ill-advised passes, or too much heat on some passes. They need to calm down and get their head in the game, and they'll be fine.
Meanwhile, Lisa Hall and Jessica Malama checked in for the Corsairs on a substitution right there. Monarchs trying to counter on a fast break right there, and it is no good. A missed shot right there by Ilya Rivera, and a whistle blown on the play. So that will go as an either a turnover or offensive foul on the Monarchs.
I think the ball went out of bounds on one of the Monarch players. Not sure who it was though, but you see, walking the ball up the court, the Corsairs right now.
Meanwhile, Allison Gallardo just checked out of the game, substituted by Annette Abanasian for the LA Valley Monarchs. Here's Maylene Cabral now for the Corsairs, and over to Mia Williams, mishandled it, but it was able to get it back. Here's Williams now. Williams trying to drive. Williams had the ball wrestled away by Rebecca Islas, but now it's a jump ball foul, and the Corsairs will have possession. Already some good action here at Santa Monica College. You won't see it anywhere else here. Here's Malama now with a floater hooker, and she scores.
Great movement off the ball to get that open shot right in the paint.
Here's Islas now. Rebecca Islas, the team leader in points scored this season. What a season she's having. And she hooks up with a floater, but no good. Defended beautifully right there. Here's Malama on a fast break now. Jessica Malama, the team leader in points for the Corsairs, unable to get it, but rebounded beautifully right there, but unable to get it was Angelina Moreno, who just subbed into the game. Here's Rebecca Islas now. Islas over to Parra Castillo. Castillo back to Islas. These three have good communications. Missed shot there by Islas and rebounded by Malamud.
Probably not the smartest shot. She had a wide open lane. She's probably shocked that she was wide open and just took it.
Here's Maylene Cabral now. Maylene was able to get it right there. Another bucket for her. Maylene Cabral. And now the game is tied with just a minute and 7 to go in the first quarter. Already good action here at Santa Monica College as Malama steals another ball. She is tied for the team lead in steals per game with 2.2. Here's Malama now, driving but misses it, and rebounded by Ilia Rivera. Now Parra Castillo. Castillo driving and has the ball knocked away, and that will go as a foul. Ball knocked away, knocked out of the hands of Castillo by Lisa Hall. Another personal second team foul on the Corsairs. Meanwhile, we got substitutions out on the court as Danielle Skologs, along with Janelle Heron, have checked in for the LA Valley Monarchs. Parra Castillo, second leading point scorer for the Valley Monarchs, averaging 15.4 a game. But now dishes it off, and boom. That is Serene Tyus with the open bucket right there. And the Monarchs now retake the lead 12-10.
Very crafty move by Tyus right there. Took the contact, but did not mind it.
Here's Lisa Hall now. Lisa Hall being guarded by Skologs. Quick passing right there. Angelina Moreno misses it. The open bucket and recovered by the Monarchs. And Parra Castillo with 14 seconds to go in the game. And the ball last touch, I believe, by Jessica Malama of the Corsairs, and the Monarchs will retain possession.
Another great ball hawking play by Malama right there. And like right there, that could have been easy still, but statistics don't always tell the stats. She is a great ball hawker.
She is, and she leads the team in points per game. What a stride right there by Parra Castillo. Nice play. With just 1 second left to go in the first quarter, and a long jump shot, and no good. That looked close right there, but the first quarter comes to an end with a 14-10 lead for the LA Valley Monarchs.
What a great way to end that half, or the quarter, I mean, with a great Euro step right there, doing her best James Harden impression. Excellent Euro step right through the lane for the easy deuce to end this quarter. The Monarchs lead 14, Corsairs have 10.
Good action here at Santa Monica College basketball. We already have like two teams who are very competitive, very great ball hawking skills. One team that's more dynamic in scoring, and the other team phenomenal in defense. So it's a game of inches, and we can see anyone going the other way. So how do you see this play the rest of the way?
Well, already you can see both teams. You know, obviously I said the Santa Monica Corsairs and the LA Valley Monarchs. I just said it was a battle between offense and defense. That defense being SMC because they have such a great they have a great stats in terms of defense. But really, both teams really coming out defensively. You know, clogging the lanes, making sure that the other team gets no easy baskets. You know, this is a game that defense is the most important part of the game. The offense will always follow, and these two teams understand that. So I can't wait to see how this continues. This is definitely going to be a good game.
You're looking at two teams that are trying to feel momentum off of each other. The Corsairs already with a record of 7-9, already on a 3-game winning streak, trying to add on to number 4, while the LA Valley Monarchs have lost back-to-back games and look to get back on the right track. And as we get ready for the second quarter, already a tight contested game with the Corsairs trailing 14-10 as we begin the second quarter, and the Monarchs will have possession. Parra Castillo already with the ball, who made a great move to score the bucket to end the first quarter. Dishes out to the middle, and that's Rebecca Islas. Got knocked out before the ball went out of bounds off of a Corsair, and the Monarchs will retain possession. Game of inches right here, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who joined us, you're tuning in to great basketball action between the LA Valley Monarchs and the Santa Monica Corsairs. Here's Rebecca Islas now, team leader in his points scored, and a whistle was blown. And
a blocking foul, it looks like on number 14, I believe, for the Corsairs, and the Monarchs get the ball back.
Angelina Moreno was the guilty party on that play, and the Monarchs will retain possession right there. Here's Daniel Skologs over to Rebecca Islas, over to Farrah Castillo with a 3-point jump shot, and good! Farrah Castillo! What a start for her. And now the Corsairs will try to respond. Here's Racionais Crandall, missed open 3, but unable to connect. And the Monarchs will have possession. Here's Farrah Castillo, who just made a 3-point jump shot earlier, over to Rebecca Islas. Islas being guarded by Lisa Hall. Here's Farrah Castillo now. Castillo, one of the skilled, crafty point guards on this team right now. And there's a whistle on the play and a foul. And that is number 12, Serene Tyus, who will take the free throw line. Serene Tyus is averaging 66.7%, well, rather 66.7% on the free throw line, so this will be her first attempt, and it makes that one real easy.
And free throws are obviously key to this game. If it comes down to a 2-point game, free throws are obviously key to win the game.
And Tyus connects on the second one, so now it's a 19-10 lead for the Monarchs over the Corsairs. The Corsairs look to get back on track and end this run right here. Here's Malama now. Jessica Malama, the leading scorer for the Santa Monica Corsairs. This is off to Milan Cabral. Cabral, who already has a few points already tonight. Here's Cabral. Cabral driving. Cabral looking. Over to Angelina Moreno. Back to Cabral. Cabral over to Jessica Malama. The mishandles and it's stolen by Danielle Skologs, who Skologs drives in and dishes it. Great play right there. Two-way like. And now here's Racionais Crandall. Crandall misses an open two, but rebounded by Moreno, and Moreno misses that one and is rebounded by Ilya Rivera. Now the Monarchs have already gone off to a fast start here in the second quarter. Here's Rebecca Islas, and she gets it. First bucket of the game right there for Rebecca Islas, the leading scorer for the Monarchs, averaging 24.4 points per game, and will take the free throw line for the first time tonight.
And she's showing you how she can get those points too. Obviously not afraid of contact, willing to get into the lane. And when she gets hit with that contact, she still has enough strength to get the ball up and get it in like you saw right there.
Meanwhile, just checked into the game, that is number 5, Jillian Wyman for the LA Valley Monarchs. And for the Corsairs, it is once again Janae Cole in the back end. And the Corsairs add on to this lead. Already a great start for the LA Valley Monarchs as they lead 25-10 with just a little over 8 to go in the first period, and an offensive foul against the Corsairs. Already down by 15 with 8:05 to go in the half.
I'm not really sure who she tripped over. I'm not sure if it's from where I'm sitting right now, but I didn't see her trip over anything. I don't want to call it a flop, but, you know, they do get the ball, so that's what it's all about.
And a whistle on the play, so I guess there's a redo. I'm not sure what happened there, but play will resume as a result. And another whistle on the play. I'm not sure what's going on here, but that's back-to-back whistles up there. But the Monarchs will retain possession. So, and here we go. There's Rebecca Islas now, leading point scorer. It's Ilya Rivera, and she gets fouled as she went up to drive to the bucket, didn't connect, but was able to draw the foul, and Jessica Malama was the guilty party right there. And already a timeout by the Santa Monica Corsairs.
And obviously fouls are something that you don't want to commit. Obviously you don't want to get yourself in foul trouble, but sometimes you have to force the other team to get their points. Not really an easy way or a hard way, but if you know someone who's not really a good free throw shooter, then obviously you can use that to your advantage, and you know they can get either one out of 2, or they can just miss both of them. So it was a good. So I would say that was a good foul right there by Malamud.
Timeout taken by the Corsairs to settle things down as they're already trailing by 15 with just 7:57 left to go in the half. So And Lydia Strong used that. Head coach Lydia Strong used this timeout to get her team to settle down and back into the swing of things. So, what do you do here if you're the Corsairs? Already trailing by 15.
Well, if you're the Corsairs, I have to say defense, 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 which is exactly what before the show I highlighted, which is their defense. So they have two players that have 2.2 steal the game, and they're also a very good team when it comes to communicating defensively. So defensively, you have to stop them because, number 22, for one, kind of gave the Monarchs that spark to get this big lead right now. So defense, it always starts with defense, and offense will follow.
And meanwhile, we resume back action. It is now Ilya Rivera again. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. It is Janelle Heron taking the free throw line as she was fouled earlier before the timeout by the Corsairs, as she made the first one and she makes this second one. So now it is a 17-point lead for the LA Valley Monarchs based on Janelle Heron's back-to-back free throw lines, who, by the way, had a 53% percentage on free throw lines. And now the Corsairs trying to respond. Here's Maylene Cabral. Cabral, jump shot, and she makes it. That's another bucket for Maylene Cabral. So that's like their third or fourth bucket of the game today. Now the deficit is a 15-point deficit for the Corsairs. There's Rebecca Islas now. Islas over with a loose ball, but the Monarchs are able to retain it, and the ball goes off of Lisa Hall, who tries to make a steal of it and knocked it out, but unfortunately it went out of bounds right there. And the Monarchs will retain possession. Here's Wyman now. Julian Wyman. Wyman over to the corner. That is Celine Tyrus. Back to Wyman. Back to Tyus. And that is number 2, Avanesian. And then back to Islas. Rebecca Islas driving. Islas driving, and she misses that one. And no good. The shot clock violation goes off, and the Corsairs will have possession. Corsairs will need something to get back in this game. Already trailing big here by 17 with just 7 left to go in a half. Here's Jessica Malama now. Malama over to Janae Cole, over to Mia Williams. Williams driving. Williams with 2 defenders and misses that one, but she draws the foul, and she will go to the line.
I've noticed that the Corsairs are letting the Monarchs do a lot of dribble penetration on the offensive end. They need to get in them and make them feel uncomfortable and not let them, do what they want to do. Let the offense adjust to the defense, not the other way around.
That is Mia Williams converting on those 2 free throw attempts right there. By the way, for the season on free throw percentage, she's averaging 56.8% of the season for her at the line. So good number for her. She converts those 2 right there, and the Monarchs will have possession after those free throws. Anything could happen within the final under 7 to go here, left and a half, and the Corsairs over breaking as Avanesian had a pass shot knocked down by the Corsairs, and a fast break capped off by Lisa Hall, unable to do so, and that was number 13 for the Monarchs, rebounding the ball, and that was Ilya Rivera that made the shot, and the Monarchs looking to capitalize. That was Julian Wyman unable to connect, and the Corsairs rebounders. Now they're on over a fast break. Here's Malama now. Malama, jump shot, no good. Rebounded again, this time by Annette Avanesian right there. And now Farrah Castillo moves the ball up for the LA Valley Monarchs right here. And the Monarchs trying to add on to the already sizable lead right there, and that's Rebecca Islas right there on a 2-point shot, unable to get it. Went off of a Corsair, and the Monarchs will retain possession.
You saw in that last play there with the block, they had very, very good defensive possession for the Corsairs, but offensively could not get the layup to go.
Danielle Skolak just checked in for the Monarchs, while Luna Rivera checked in for the Corsairs. This is Rebecca Islas at the 3-point line, and she got it. Downtown goes Rebecca Islas, who, by the way, is averaging 30.3% shooting from beyond the arc as a result, being one of the key factors to her unbelievable scoring this season. And by the way, a missed jump shot right there by Mia Williams, but it went off a Monarchs player as the ball went out of bounds, and the Corsairs will retain position in the offensive zone. Corsairs look to get back on track. Here's Maylene Cabral, open look, and unable to connect that one, but Rivera was able to get back, but she committed a travel as a result, and the Monarchs will have possession.
And you see the Corsairs missing shots that they normally make. I don't know if they're tired or they're very tense, but they just need to relax and just let the game come to them. That's all they really need. You see Malama comes with the steal right here.
Another steal by Malama, averaging 2.2 again. Here's Mia Williams with a nice dish up, unable to connect. Rebounded by Rebecca Islas. And now Farrah Castillo on the fast break. Castillo driving. Castillo unable to get it, but she draws the foul. The shooting foul committed on the Corsairs. And Farrah Castillo will go to the line. Farrah Castillo's second leading point scorer on the team, averaging 15.4 per game. Well, she has best ball handling skills as well, averaging 4.7 assists per game. So it's really a tough notch to handle with. Not to mention she has great basketball IQ, which got her to this point. She committed both free throws right there. So it's now a 34-14 lead for the LA Valle Monarchs, leading by 20 with 5:12 left to go. The Corsairs need to get something going here. Already trailing by 20 with only a little time left in the half. Here's Janae Cole now. Cole, bad pass over to, that was Janae Cole on the two-pointer right there on a pass from Mia Williams, connecting on the ball, and a foul against Maylene Cabral as she held Farrah Castillo right there. And I believe she will go to the line right there.
Very great finish by Cole on the Santa Monica Corsair side. Great finish. Willing to get to the paint and put it up, and she got it to convert.
Now Castillo back on the line. She, by the way, Farrah Castillo has a free throw percentage of 75.4, second on the team in that category, behind her teammate Rebecca Islas, averaging 78.7 percentage of free throws right there. Missed on the first one. Misses the second one. 0 for 2 on that mark. But rebounded by the Monarchs. Tip ball, loose ball, but it was able to get it back in bounds. There's Danielle Skologs now. Back to Castillo. Farrah Castillo back to Skologs. Danielle Skologs drives in and no good. And she was charged with a travel. And the Corsairs will have the ball. It's an 18-point lead for the LA Valle Monarchs with 4:41 to go here at Santa Monica College. And the Corsairs will need to build some momentum if they want to put an end to this run and get some momentum into the second half. Here's Jessica Malama now. Back to Mia Williams. Over to Malama. Three-point jump shot and good. Three-point look for Jessica Malama, and the Corsairs climb back to within it. A 34-19 lead for the Monarchs as off of a three-pointer by Jessica Malama. And the Corsairs are trying to battle back to get back into it. Great pressure from the Corsairs.
Very good defense by the Corsairs right now, congesting the lane.
But unable to connect that one as the defender was able to get loose. Here's Farrah Castillo now after the missed bucket by Serene Tyus. Here's Castillo now. Castillo working. Castillo dribbling. Knocked down the defender. Here's Wyman now. Julian Wyman now over to Farrah Castillo. Castillo back to the point. And that was Allison Gallardo that missed the shot and rebounded by the Corsairs. The Corsairs need to get something going. Here's Jessica Malama now. Malama settles down. Malama waiting for an opening right here. Malama trying to get a connect with her teammates. Here's Mia Williams. Williams dribbling. Williams going. Williams over to the corner. And that is Janae Cole with a three-point look, but no good. Rebounded by Julian Wyman. And here's a fast break for the Monarchs now, and it is good. That is number 21, Allison Gallardo, finishing on the fast break. And the Corsairs trying to respond. And here's Lisa Hall now. And a whistle blown on the play as she stepped out of bounds.
It missed.
And apparently a foul was on LA Valle Monarchs as the Corsairs will retain the ball. Oh, a miscommunication right there, and it was saved by Lisa Hall right there as it looked to be another broken play up right there by the Monarchs. Here's Jessica Malama now. Malama over to the corner. It is Janae Cole with a missed three-pointer, but rebounded by the Monarchs. Here's Farrah Castillo now. Farrah Castillo on a fast break, and that is Rebecca Islas on the finish. Great communications right there between Castillo and Islas on a fast break that capped it off with a two-pointer. Now it's a 36-19 lead for the Monarchs. Luna Rivera over to Janae Cole. Janae Cole looking and loses the ball as a result and turn it over to Ili Rivera. Now it's another fast break for the Monarchs. Here's Rebecca Islas on the plate and unable to connect the shot, but draws the foul right there. That will go against Janae Cole for the Corsairs.
If you notice for the Corsairs, whenever they turn the ball over or miss a shot, their transition defense is a little slow to get up the court, so they're forced to foul like they did on that play.
The Corsairs are on their heels by this great defense and ball hawking skills from the LA Valley Monarchs. Meanwhile, we get a substitution as Jillian Wyman checks in for Farrah Castillo. Meanwhile, Rebecca Islas missed on her first free throw attempt and converts on the second, so she's 1 for 2 on that mark. So it's a 37-19 lead for the Monarchs with an 18-point lead as the Corsairs look to get back on track. Here's Lisa Hall. Hall over to Malama. Jessica Malama, team leader in points scored. Malama dribbling. Malama looking for her teammate, and that was Liliana Lopez. That got stolen by Jillian Wyman. And Wyman goes up and gets it and one. Great awareness by Jillian Wyman, able to break up a pass and drive it in for two. It's now a 20-point lead for the LA Valley Monarchs as they have connected on both ends of the court, offensively and defensively, has now resulted in a 39-19 lead with 2:01 to go. And Wyman was unable to connect on that shot, and Janelle Heron was on a rebound, but a battle for the ball with Luna Rivera, and that proved costly right there. And we got a LA Valley Monarch substitution. That's Annette Avanesian that checks back in for the Monarchs. And the Corsairs still looking, trying to get back into this game. It's Jessica Malama now. Malama looking. Malama over to Mia Williams. Williams over to Lisa Hall. Hall driving. Hall looks for someone, but it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Avanesian, and the Corsairs will retain possession. Now the Corsairs still have the ball left, and over to Liliana Lopez. Over to the corner to Mia Williams, and she's unable to connect on her three-pointer. Rebounded by Serene Tyus, and it's a mad scramble for the ball right there, and it will be a jump ball right there. And I believe, and it's another timeout called, I believe, by the LA Valley Monarchs, I believe. Already a 20-point lead here in this game, Dominic. Now, what do you think has been the key for the Monarchs to get this incredible lead?
Well, I said before the game that the key for the Corsairs would be defense, but it seems like for the Monarchs, they really up their defensive tempo. I mean, getting a lot of steals, congesting the lane, forcing a lot of bad shots, and a lot of miscommunication for the Corsairs. So defensively and even offensively, the Monarchs are on point, and the Corsairs need to follow suit.
The defense has broken down for the Corsairs as they're facing a 20-point deficit with a minute 33 to go left in the half. But as many people said before, anything can happen, especially in a game of basketball. Here's Julian Wyman for the LA Valley Monarchs over to the corner. And that is Rebecca Islas, the team leading scorer for the Monarchs. Islas over to the corner, and that is Serene Tyus, and she connects on a two-point jumper. Now it is a 41-19 lead for the Monarchs, and Malama looks to get starter team going. Malama over to Mia Williams. Rebecca Islas on him. Here's Malama trying to communicate with her teammates. Malama being guarded by Serene Tyus over to Luna Rivera. Over to Mia Williams. And an open corner to Liliana Lopez, and no good. Rebounded. No, loose ball. Got by Jillian Lyman, but the ball was knocked down and stolen by Lisa Hall. Great hustle by Lisa Hall to get the ball back for the Corsairs. And Jessica Malama now being defended by Serene Tyus. Malama loses the ball, tries to get it to Mia Williams, but was able to recover. That was Mia Williams over to the corner to Lisa Hall. Hall over to Malama. Malama over to Williams. Williams got defended with three defenders on her. Was attempting a shot and got fouled on the play. And Mia Williams will take to the line as a result, as she will be shooting two. And she converts on the first one. So Mia Williams is has a free throw percentage of 56.8, as I believe I mentioned earlier, makes that one so. And as you mentioned before, Dominic, free throws are crucial in a game like this as she converts in the second one.
Absolutely. When you're not shooting the best, when your shots aren't falling, you have to get your stripes win any way you can. So from the free throw line on layups, easy buckets, and then hopefully your outside shot will follow suit.
Then we have a substitution as Daniel Skolox checked in for the Monarchs as well. Already with a 20-point lead for the Monarchs with just 23 seconds to go. 41-21 Monarchs, 20 seconds to go. Both teams with 4 timeouts left. And the Monarchs are killing time off the clock as the shot clock is not available. Here's Farrah Castillo. Castillo driving. Castillo being driven. Castillo dishes off to, I believe that's number 13. That is Ilia Rivera, and she converts for 2. And it's a 43-21 lead for the Corsairs, and I believe that's a travel,
Looked like a travel, yeah.
On Malama. Jessica Malama right there. And we have another substitution as Rebecca Islas checks back in for the LA Valley Monarchs, already with a 22-point lead, and Islas jumps in as she converts. What a quick pass off the break right there. And that's enough to end the half. And the Corsairs are in deep trouble heading into the second half as the Monarchs are unloading right now, leading 45-21. A 45-21 lead for the LA Valley Monarchs. What do you think has been the key to the Monarchs' success over the Corsairs so far, Dominic?
Well, like I said, it's been defense, and I think it's getting into the heads of the Corsairs because there's a lot of sloppiness, a lot of miscommunications, and specifically a lot of not being able to handle the ball off passes and dribble drives. They've really been sloppy with the ball lately, but hopefully throughout this halftime, the coach will help them calm down and help them get out of their heads because we all know that they can make these shots. I mean, obviously they're great scorers and they're great in terms of their defense as well, but they're just not playing to character right now. So hopefully through halftime they can fix that up and they can close this gap come the third quarter.
We'll be looking forward to that one. So far we'll be back for the second half. I'm Nick Johnson with my broadcast partner Dominic Coakley. We will see you at the second half, everybody. And as we get ready for the second half here, welcome back to Santa Monica College here in Santa Monica, California, as the Santa Monica Corsairs take on the LA Valley Monarchs. I'm Nick Johnson with my broadcast partner Dominic Coakley. So Dominic, can you give us a quick recap of the first half?
Well, really, for the Monarchs, it was offense and defense. And before the game, I highlighted that for them, it will mainly be offense. But their defense has really been outstanding so far in the first half. They've really been forcing the Corsairs into a lot of mistakes, a lot of mishaps, a lot of miscommunication. And that's how they got this huge lead right now. So for the Corsairs, hopefully they, in halftime, hopefully Coach Strong, hopefully got them out of their heads, hopefully calmed them down. And hopefully they have a flip. Or an opposite of what the first half was. There was a lot of sloppiness and a lot of miscommunication from the Corsairs, so hopefully they got that tightened up.
They really hope they do tighten everything up here in the second half because they're facing a big deficit here as they trail 45-21 as we begin the second half as it gets underway. And here we go. The Monarchs try to add on to an already sizable lead here. Here's Farrah Castillo for the Monarchs. Castillo has been really big tonight, dishing the ball out and scoring as well. Here's Castillo going to drive, unable to get it, but rebounded on the play right there. And that is number 31, Janelle Heron, was able to put the rebound and the finish right there. Nice putback right there. Here's Racionais Crandall for the Corsairs. Corsairs trying to end the slump right now and get back on the right track. Here's Malama with a three-pointer, and she hooks it. A three-pointer from Jessica Malama to put the Corsairs' first points of the second half.
Great way to start the second half by Jessica Malama.
A real big three-pointer here to open up the half of the Corsairs as the Monarchs try to respond. Here's Heron, and she puts it up after receiving a nice feed from Danielle Skolox. And the Monarchs are leading 49-24. Corsairs try to respond after that, and there was a bad pass right there by Malama, taken away by Danielle Skolox. Skolox on a breakaway and unable to connect, and Luna Rivera was able to get to the ball quickly, and here's Rivera now driving. Rivera over to Janae Cole. Cole back to Jessica Malama as she try to settle it down. And now here's Luna Rivera. Rivera back to Malama. And here's Racionais Crandall dribbling, shooting, and she gets it. 2 points for Racionais Crandall. the second leading scorer on the Corsairs this season.
And these are shots that they can make, but they were not making in the first half. And as you see the charge on number 33 right here, great charging call right there. A great charge by the Corsairs right there.
Able to draw the foul on Daniel Skolox, and the Corsairs look like they have the momentum going. They're already trailing 49-26. Look to get something out here. There's Resnick Crandall with a three-pointer and misses it rather inaccurately, and Monarchs able to rebound it from there. Here's Farrah Castillo. Castillo, second leading point scorer and leading assist man on the team right there, averaging almost 5 assists per game. Farrah Castillo. And over to the middle to Rebecca Islas for a wide open hook shot, and the lead extends to 51-26. Here's Malama now trying to answer. Malama driving. Malama with a nice little up and about fadeaway right there, and the Corsairs respond easily.
Good job to Jessica Malama for coming out aggressive and setting the tone for her team, getting points up in a hurry.
51-28 for the LA Valley Monarchs now. There's Danielle Skolox driving, and it was met with a nice block right there by Janae Cole, and Luna Rivera was able to make the save. Here comes Malama now. Jessica Malama driving, splits the D. Over to Racionais Crandall. Crandall forces a pass to Malama, but she was able to handle it. Here's Racionais Crandall. Crandall over to Rivera, wide open, and a nice little shot right there, and the Corsairs were able to respond quickly.
Excellent find right there by number 0. Excellent find. Found her wide open in the paint.
The assist will go to Racionais Crandall as she finds a wide open Luna Rivera for the bucket. 51-30 LA Valley with 6:56 to go, and now it's Farrah Castillo, and she gets fouled as she makes the shot, and that should count as a bucket, and she will go to the line. Another trip to the line for Farrah Castillo, as I previously mentioned before, that she is second on the team in points per game, averaging 15.4 a game. And she's a leading team leader in assists with averaging 4.7 a game. And now the Corsairs try to respond on a missed free throw attempt. Racionais Crandall receives a wild pass from their teammate. And here's Janae Cole, open three-point line, and she gets it. Janae Cole with an open feed right there. And the lead is cut down to 20.
And that shot is only made because of good ball movement. Great job by the Corsairs to swing the ball and find a wide open three.
Great sequence right there. Here's Rebecca Islas right there, makes the shot and gets fouled. What a job by Rebecca Islas as she was going for the shot, draws the foul, and she will go to the line. .6:26 to go in the third quarter as the lead is 53-33 in favor of LA Valley as Rebecca Islas converts on the free throw attempt right there. The Corsairs have really come out of the gates a bit as they trying to trim down on this lead right here, Dominic.
Absolutely, and that's because they got great ball movement, they're finding open looks, and they're communicating a lot better than they were in that first half.
And it's definitely paid off. Here's Maylene Cabral jumping in on the action here. Over to Janae Cole, back to Cabral. Cabral over to Angelina Moreno. Here's Luna Rivera now, trying to split off the D. Mia Williams. Maylene Cabral. Cabral jukes the defender and gets the two-pointer. And it was called back due to an offensive foul. So no bucket right there. It will look like a real good sequence. I thought it was going to be easy 2 points, but the ref called it an offensive foul, so no bucket. So the Monarchs look to capitalize on that call. Here's Farrah Castillo now. Castillo dribbling. Back to Rebecca Islas. Over to Illy Rivera, and she connects on that. And now it's a 57-33 lead for the LA Valley Monarchs, and the Corsairs trying to climb back into it. Maylene Cabral over to Luna Rivera. Rivera, second leading rebound getter on the team. Now underneath in the paint, and Cabral shoots it and draws the foul. Now she will go to the line, and the Corsairs have a chance to inch closer back into this thing. Maylene Cabral will shoot for two as she converts on the first one. Now it's a 57-34 lead for the Monarchs. Before the halftime ended, I mentioned Maylene Cabral suffered a devastating ankle injury that forced her to miss 3 tournaments as a result. And I spoke with her yesterday on what the rehabilitation process was like, and she said the ankle feels sore, but she was happy to get back into it and help the team win games. So that's a real big plus for the team right there. Farrah Castillo for the Monarchs trying to respond after the missed free throw by Cabral. And there's Farrah Castillo, and she splits the D and was able to drive in for the 2 points. Now the Corsairs try to respond. Here's Janae Cole, trying to shakes off the defender. Janae Cole with a hook shot that just falls short, and the Monarchs was able to get the ball. And here's Jillian Wyman now. Wyman to Rebecca Islas, wide open in the corner for a 3-pointer, and she gets it. Easy bucket right there for Rebecca Islas, and the lead is extended to almost a 30-point lead right here.
Really bad transition defense right there from the Corsairs. That was Janae Cole. Janae Cole's woman right there that she had to cover.
What a move by Maylene Cabral, but was unable to connect, and Rebecca Islas was able to get the rebound. And Monarchs trying to capitalize. Here's Rebecca Islas, open on the corner, fakes out the defender, and jumps for 2, no good. And Janae Cole tries to get the rebound, but it was knocked out of bounds. So the Monarchs will retain possession, and meanwhile we got a substitution on the play.
As you can see here for the Corsairs, their offense has stepped up a lot. As you see, number 22 with a quick bucket, but the Corsairs offense has stepped up a lot, but their defense still needs to have a little bit of work.
That was Rebecca Islas with a 2-pointer right there, and a wide open 3 for Janae Cole, misses openly, and a whistle on the play. So, and I guess that should be a foul right there, and the Corsairs will retain possession. A 30-point lead for the LA Valley Monarchs with 4:14 left to go in the third quarter. We've seen this happen on many occasions before, Dominic. Do you sense a 30-point comeback with this much time remaining in the third quarter as we press into the fourth quarter on?
Well, they have a pattern of ball hawking and having great defensive communication. They're not doing it right now, but I believe that they can come back from that. As you see, Malama puts up a 3 but misses. But yeah, I believe that their defense can step up, and you may see a 30-point comeback.
Here's Farrah Castillo, misses an open shot after driving in on fast break, but the Corsairs able to get it. Jessica Malama now. Malama driving the break. Malama driving. Malama dribbling. Malama drives, open, shoots, and unable to connect, and rebounded by Malama. She was able to get back her own rebound after the missed shot. Here's Angelina Moreno, and Moreno misses an open 2, and a fight for the ball as I believe it was Millie Williams that got it back, but she was able to keep possession alive for the Corsairs. Jessica Malama, the leading point scorer for the Corsairs, averaging 17 points a game. Tries to initiate a comeback here. Down by 30 with 3:20 left to go in the third quarter. Here's Malama. Malama driving at a nice little hook jump shot, and the lead is trimmed down to 28 now. 3:10 to go, 64-36 LA Valley. Pulling away in this one, but the Corsairs have shown some life here as the second half began. And that was Danielle Skologs drives in, misses the open shot right there. Matt scramble, but recovered by Mia Williams. Over to Jessica Malama. And Malama drives. Malama driving. Malama with a jump shot, and no good. And rebounded by Janelle Hiron. Now Farrah Castillo drives to the court for the Monarchs. So Castillo fakes out and with a nice dish pass, and no good. And it'll be a travel, I believe, against the Monarchs.
Against number 25 for the Monarchs.
Number 25, that's Farrah Castillo. That'll be a traveling or an offensive foul against her as a result. Meanwhile, we got substitutions coming in for the Monarchs as Jessica Malama eases down the court just to get her some momentum going. Throws it over to Resnick Crandall and back to Malama. Malama drives. Malama shoots open, dishes out to a widely pass, but nobody was able to get it. So the Corsairs turn the ball over, and the Monarchs will have possession.
Example of that miscommunication we saw a lot in the first half. A lot of plays that that will probably work for them in practice, but could not get executed right there.
2:19 to go. For those of you who are just joining us, you're witnessing action here at Salamanca College where the Lady Corsairs are trailing 64-36 against LA Valle, as that was Serene Tyus with a 2-point jumper, and now it's 64-36 LA Valle as Malama of the Corsairs tries to get something going. Here's Racionais Crandall to wide open Angelina Moreno with a 2-point jumper. No good, hits the bucket, and recovered by Rebecca Islas. Leading point scorer for the Monarchs, and there's Serene Tyus now. Tyus driving. Tyus just turns the ball over to Mia Williams as she stood there and just Aaron passed to her and takes it away. Now Jessica Malama tries to respond. Over to Luna Rivera. Rivera over to Moreno, but Crandall was able to recover. And it's a no good shot by Luna Rivera. And now you have Malama open for the 3-point jump shot, and good! Jessica Malama with another 3-pointer right there. And it's now a 66-39 lead for the LA Valle Monarchs as the Corsairs will look to try to come back with just a minute 15 to go in the third quarter. Passing for the Monarchs. Here's Serene Tyus now. Tyus driving. Tyus over open corner to Rebecca Islas with an open 3-pointer. No good. Rebounded anyway by Janelle Heron. Now back to Islas. Rebecca Islas driving, and she was able to force a 2-pointer right there. After being heavily defended, she was able to drive in the bucket, and now we have a timeout for the Santa Monica Corsairs as the lead is now 68-39. LA Valle with 54.2 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
You saw in that last play right there a prime loss for them. Number 12 for the Corsairs, Odie, who was their league leader, or their league, another league leader, I'm sorry, their team leader in offensive rebound, or the rebounds in general. But it's a huge loss on that last play right there, them being very undersized. And for the Monarchs to have 2 of their big men are still are eligible to play in this game, that's a big loss for the Monarchs, or for the Corsairs, I mean. So for that, rebounding obviously is a huge key in winning games. Offensive and defensive rebounds, normally whoever has the most wins the game, and a huge loss for the Corsairs right there. But hopefully they can persevere past that.
Yeah, Jasmine Odie is a real big loss for the Corsairs as she's missed the second straight game due to illness, as she's the team leader in rebounds, averaging 7.5 a game. So as you said, it's a big loss right there. So it'll be key to see if the Corsairs can persevere down this road. And Jessica Malama for the Corsairs trying to make something happen. Well, miscommunication right there. Turns the ball over, and that's Ilya Rivera finishing off with a drive to the bucket, and now it's a 70-39 LA Monarchs lead. Here's Racionais Crandall. Crandall settled down to Jessica Malama. Malama with an errant pass earlier today. Now over to Racionais Crandall. Crandall unable to connect and rebounded by Rebecca Islas. Islas driving with just 17 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Trying to kill time to see if they can make an open shot right there. Motions her teammate over. That's Jillian Wyman. Wyman driving back to Islas. Islas loses the ball right there, but able to get it back. Islas with a look right there, and no good. Hits the rim as the third quarter has come to an end as the LA Valle Monarchs lead 70-39. The Corsairs had something going to start the second half, Dominic, but apparently they kind of cool off once more, and the LA Valle Monarchs have this huge lead with the final quarter looming.
Yeah, like I said before, the offense for the Corsairs has definitely improved since that first half, but their defense is still a little shoddy. As you see, they now have they're down by almost 30 points, 29 to be exact, against the Monarchs. And yeah, their defense definitely has to improve. A lot of miscommunication still on the defensive end, but the offensive, on the bright side, the offensive end, the miscommunications have seemed to lower versus that first half. So, hopefully, in the huddle right now, hopefully, they get out of their heads. Hopefully, they improve their defensive intensity and their tone come this fourth quarter, because they're going to need it. They got 10 minutes left. They're down by 29. Can we see a miracle here, Nick?
But many people are here, especially here in this capacity crowd, trying to hope for a 31-point comeback with just 10 minutes to go in the game. So we'll see exactly what happens, because as many people who say it, anything can happen in a game of basketball, especially in this moment. And the Corsairs will have the ball to begin the third quarter. As Jessica Malama feeds over to Resnick Crandall. Crandall back to Malama. Malama with a nice little fadeaway jump shot right there. And the Corsairs still trail 70-41. Jillian Wyman for the LA Valley Monarchs dribbles the ball over, and then you got Serene Tyus. Tyus over to Avanesian. And now back to Rebecca Islas. Back to Arnett Avanesian. No good rebound, and it is a foul on the play. Go against the Corsairs. So it may be a loose ball foul for the Corsairs right there. Meanwhile, we got a substitution for the Monarchs as Jillian Wyman comes out in exchange for Farrah Castillo, who just checked into the game. The Monarchs have possession of the ball. Now Serene Tyus has control. Farrah Castillo back to Tyus. Tyus to Castillo. Little pick and catch right there. You see what they develop. Here's Rebecca Islas with a floater right there and rebounded by Racionais Crandall. And Crandall with a fast break opportunity, and it is converted right there by Lisa Hall. So it's a 70-43 game now with just 9:05 to go. Farrah Castillo for the Monarchs dribbling the ball. 8:56 to go. The Monarchs have a sizable advantage here. And the Corsairs trying to keep their 3-game winning streak alive. Anything could happen in the final minutes as Farrah Castillo misses a 2-pointer right here. And the ball goes off of Malama as he tried to recover, and the Monarchs will retain possession.
That was actually a great play by number 25 right here. He actually knocked the ball right off of number 2, Jessica Malama. Very great, quick play right there.
That was a good play by Farrah Castillo. Like, as I said, the second leading scorer on the team. And here's Rebecca Islas from the three-point line. And unable to get it. Rebounded by the Monarchs. And it is a foul on the play. And Annette Avanesian will go to the line. So it's a foul against the Corsairs.
You see the refs not giving the Corsairs any leeway, down by 30, but not going in favor of the Corsairs right here. Still calling the game as they should.
Avanesian misses the first free throw attempt right there. Already a sizable lead for the the LA Valley Monarchs, and a sizable deficit for the Santa Monica Corsairs, which is 8:34 left to go in the game. Corsairs have 3 timeouts. LA Valley still has 4 remaining, so anything may give within the final 8.5 minutes of the game as Avanesian misses the second free throw attempt. Here's Jessica Malama now. Malama loses the ball, but Lisa Hall was able to cover. Here's Malama with an open three-pointer, and she gets it. Jessica Malama, already a dozen points in the game, still trying to lead her team to a comeback, which looks improbable, but anything can happen here in a game of basketball with 8:11 to go. It's Farrah Castillo, dishes it out to Annette Avanesian. Unable to get it, and I believe it was last touch by Avanesian, and the Corsairs will have possession. 8:06 to go. For those of you who are just joining in, you're looking at good basketball action here between the Santa Monica Corsairs and the LA Valley Monarchs as Mia Williams tried to go for a shot, but it was knocked off the hands of her, and the Monarchs have possession. Farrah Castillo. Castillo driving. Castillo looking. Guarded by Lisa Hall. And over to the tic-tac-toe passing right here. A great passing by the Monarchs and rebounded by Jessica Malama. Malama driving. Malama driving. Malama looking to get the team back on the board. And it is a good shot there by Malama. It is now a 70-48 game now with 7:28 left to go.
Jessica Malama really taking it upon herself to try to get her team back in the game, showing great leadership.
Leadership and will indeed. So the Corsairs will need everything they can to get back through the game and hopefully pull out a miracle here. Here's Danielle Skolox for the Monarchs now. And dishes it off to Annette Avanesian. Back to Skolox. Skolox over to Farrah Castillo. Castillo back to Skolox. That was tipped by Lisa Hall and back to Avanesian. And a 2-point bucket and one.
And that play right there is another example of them being undersized. The Corsairs, being very undersized. You know, they're missing their player number 12 OD, and that just created a mismatch right there. You know, a bigger person against a smaller one. I mean, I think you can guess who's going to win that matchup.
Avanessi misses another one right there, so she is 0 for 3. 0 for the last 3 attempts right now, and Avanessi tries to get it back and rebounded by the Corsairs, and I believe that's another foul right there. But so the Monarchs will have possession, so already a sizable lead, 72-48 with just under 7 to go. Billy Rivera for the Monarchs trying to signal her teammate over to Danielle Skolox. Skolox over to Janelle Heron, and now Farrah Castillo. Castillo driving, back to Heron. Heron driving, Heron looking, back to Skolox. Skolox driving, Skolox looking, and no good, and a rebound attempt, no good, and here's Janae Cole on a rebound. Cole driving, Cole looking, Cole passes to Malama, back to Cole, over to Racionais Crandall. And a tic-tac-toe pass in here by the Corsairs as they look to get something going with 6:21 left to go. Malene Cabral passes over to Racionais Crandall dangerously. Here's Cabral now. Cabral passes it over to Crandall. Crandall with a 2-pointer, no good, and a push loose ball foul
on Cole.
Yeah. Janae Cole, the guilty party right there. And I believe the Monarchs will have a chance to go to the free throw line again.
Oh, yes, they are in the bonus.
With just 6:10 to go, with a huge lead for the Monarchs, 72-48. As Danielle Skolox will get the opportunity here, and she converts on the first attempt, looking to go 2 for 2. With a lot of time left to go, anything can happen here in the game of basketball, as Jillian Wyman and Rebecca Isles have checked back into the game, by the way, for the Monarchs. And Danielle Skolox misses the second attempt, but was able to get it back for the Monarchs.
And there's another example of them being undersized. As you see, 22 puts up a 3 but misses. But, you know, the Monarchs being oversized versus...
Oh, what a move by Jessica Malama there. She goes for the 3. No good, but what a move she made at the midcourt line.
Definitely said that one for the highlight reel. Amazing ankle breaker.
Unfortunately, she wasn't able to get the 3 that she wanted. 5:40 to go, 73-48 for the LA Valley Monarchs as that 2-pointer misses, and Racionais Crandall comes up with it for the Corsairs. Over to, I believe, Lisa Hall, and yes it is. What a fast break, long throw by Crandall over to Lisa Hall. Now it's a 73-50 game.
And this could be the spark plug that the Corsairs need to get back in this game. Let's see what happens.
Down 23 with 5:17 to go. Anything can happen here in the game of basketball. Here's Danielle Skolox for the LA Valley Monarchs. Back to over to Rebecca Isles. Over to Farrah Castillo. Over to Julian Wyman. Wyman shoots and draws the foul as a result. And she will go to the free throw line. 5:06 left to go. Still a lot of time remaining. Down by 23 for the Corsairs. In this situation, what do you have to do to claw back to a 23-point game in just a short amount of time?
Well, for one, that play by Jessica Malama, it really sparked a lot of momentum, not only for the crowd, but for her teammates as well. So hopefully they can ride this wave and get back in this game.
Jillian Wyman made the first free throw attempt and converts on the second one. 2 for 2 right there. Malene Cabral looking to start the momentum for the Corsairs as she has possession. Cabral guarded by Jillian Wyman. And Cabral with a nice move right there. Over to Racionais Crandall. Crandall back to the three-point lineup for Lisa Hall. Hall over to Cabral. Cabral dribbling. Cabral moving. Cabral looking for a jump shot and has the ball knocked out of her hands. Last touch by number 31, Janelle Heron. And the Corsairs will retain possession. Racionais Crandall starts off for the Corsairs, looking to get back into this game. Over to Jessica Malaman. Malaman back to Crandall. Crandall with a three-point jumper, no good as it went off the backboard, and it's a shot clock violation as a result, and the Monarchs will have possession.
The ball did not hit the rim. The Corsairs actually got a rebound right there, but it didn't hit the rim, so a shot clock violation, and it's Monarch ball.
A 25-point lead for the LA Valley Monarchs with 4:30 to go. Corsairs in danger of losing, having their three-game winning streak end in an unimaginable way, and there's a whistle on the play as I believe Jillian Wyman got fouled on the play, and now she will go back to the free throw line. 4:21 to go. 75-50 LA Valley. A big sizable lead for the Monarchs. And if you're the Monarchs, what do you have to do with such a sizable lead already?
Well, you have to make sure that you don't waver, you don't quote unquote choke the lead. So you got to make sure that you keep up your defensive intensity and you keep up your offensive ball movement, and they should win this game easily.
By the way, Angelina Moreno just checked in for the Corsairs as Jillian Wyman connects on her first free throw attempt, looking to go 2 for 2. And
as you see, they're communicating right now, so they are definitely keeping up the competitive spirit. As you see, number 13 get that offensive rebound and put it back up.
That was Ilya Rivera after Jillian Wyman's missed second free throw attempt, but was able to be there for the putback release, and the Corsairs are trailing big now. 78-50 with just 4:04 to go. Corsairs trailing by 28 right here. Here's Racionais Crandall with a hook shot and draws the foul. And there's a shooting foul against the Monarchs, so Crandall will go to the free throw line. Racionais Crandall has a 52.3 free throw shooting percentage. So as you mentioned time and time again, Dominic, that free throws are crucial in this situation, even with so little time remaining.
Absolutely, it can mean the difference between a 20-point deficit and a 5-point deficit. You have to get those free throws. As you see, number 4 getting the steal over to Crandall.
And a traveling call right
Crandall.
there on Racionais Crandall. That was a great steal by Lisa Hall over to Racionais Crandall, but apparently Crandall took too many steps while holding the ball.
And those are just minor mistakes that could easily be fixed. I'm pretty sure next game they'll fix those mistakes.
Already 3:38 to go. Monarchs have a sizable lead, and that's Ilya Rivera with a 3-point attempt. No good. Rebounded by Angelina Moreno. Here's Jessica Malama now. Malama's already been active in the court tonight. Maylene Cabral who almost turned the ball over, and that was Racionais Crandall, almost got it. But Moreno tries for a putback, did not go, goes out of bounds, and the Monarchs will have possession. .322 to go, 78-50 LA Valley, and what seems like an already disadvantaged deficit for the Corsairs that may see their 3-game losing streak come to an end with so little time remaining. And there's Danielle Scruggs, who just checked in and gets the 2-point jumper, excuse me. And now the lead is back up to 30, 80-50 LA Valley. Corsairs need something to get some momentum going. Maylene Cabral with a feed from Racionais Crandall and gets it. Maylene Cabral, one of the few bright spots for the Corsairs, puts it in for 2.
Way to take the contact and still be able to convert the bucket is harder than it looks.
Yes, indeed, and the Monarchs are playing keep away as Serene Tyus misses a 2-point jumper, but the Monarchs are able to get it back. Here's Jillian Wyman now with a 2-point jumper, but unable to get it. That was Jessica Malama on a rebound, and I believe she got fouled on the play, and the Corsairs will have possession of the ball. And a substitution for the LA Valley Monarchs as
This game was looking a little out of reach for the Corsairs, unfortunately.
Yes, as Annette Avanesian checks in for the LA Valley Monarchs. So, yes, with 2:18 to go, the game seems to be out of reach for the Corsairs, and already a huge deficit here. Here's Crandall with a 3-point look here, unable to get it, and rebounded by Parra Castillo for the LA Valley Monarchs. And that may be one of the few icings on the cake for this game, as the Monarchs came in here and did what they planned to do. Open looks, great defense, and the rebound miscommunication right there was over to Parra Castillo after a little rebound attempt, and that was Serene Tyus finishing off with a 2-point basket right there, and it's already a big sizable lead. Now the lead is back to 30. Here's Racionais Crandall with a wide open look from Maylene Cabral. That will credit as an assist for Cabral and a 2-pointer for Crandall. 1:30 to go. A 30-point lead, no, rather a 28-point lead, excuse me, for the LA Valley Monarchs, as the Corsairs' 3-game win streak will unfortunately come to an end after building so much momentum. And they will fall to 7-10 of the season. And there's Rebecca Islas convincing a 2-pointer, I think. And now...
And that's really been the story of this game. Offense for the Monarchs, offense, defense, and offensive rebounding. That has been key for them to get this huge lead, and it's been the quite opposite for the Corsairs. So so really with 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go in this game, you just have to take some kind of momentum from this game and bring it into your next one. Take this loss and learn from it and come out better next time.
A minute to go, and it's an 84-54 lead for the LA Valley Monarchs as their 2-game losing streak will come to an end, as a ugly pass right there converts over to Jessica Malama, but she misses a 3-point jump shot, but the Monarchs are able to recover. Lily Rivera for the Monarchs, as the Monarchs will look to play keep away with 39 seconds left to go in the game. Lily Rivera passes over to Annette Avanesian, 2-point bank shot, and gets it. Now it's an 86-54 lead with 30 seconds to go. The Corsairs look competitive in the first half, but things have really cooled down for them since, as Milan Cabral misses a 2-point jumper here. Rebounder for Angelina Moreno. She misses a 2-point jumper, but Racionais Crandall was able for the rebound put back. 16 seconds left to go, and this could be the last triple for the game, and the Corsairs' 3-game losing streak, as I mentioned, 3-game winning streak, please excuse me, will come to an end on a big loss here on the home court. And that should do it. It's an 86-56 defeat for the Corsairs, but a huge victory for the LA Valley Monarchs, who have already previously dropped 2 in a row, and the game ends right here. So to summarize on this game, Dominic, what do you think has been the key moments for the LA Valley Monarchs to come out on top against the Corsairs?
Well, like I said before, the LA Valley Monarchs, they really from beginning to end, from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, offensively, defensively, and rebounding-wise, they were very key and very on point in terms of doing those 3 factors. Not that would help them get that huge lead in the first half, but for the Corsairs, really it was a lot of it was just missing wide open shots, a lot of miscommunications. These are things that they can do. We know they can do. Obviously, that's how they got on that 3-game winning streak. But unfortunately, they just weren't on point today. I don't know if they were tired. I don't know if they were tense. I'm not sure what it was. But you know what? I do believe that next game they will come off and they will get back to their winning ways as they did coming in here. So it's just a bad game for them. But I look forward to seeing them next game and seeing how they improve and fix those mistakes, because that is the true definition of greatness.
As we welcome you to the broadcast booth, everybody, I'm Nick Johnson with my broadcast partner, Dominic Coakley. Dominic, who do you think was the star player for the game?
Well, number 22, I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but
Rebecca Islas.
Islas, yeah. She was she came off the bench and she really delivered that spark that they needed. And obviously, bench points are very key. Your starters aren't locked in. Then you can always rely on your bench, and she knows that for a fact. So for her to come out here and just be that player that they need to just have that momentum, drive that spark, it goes a long way. It's something that, as a fan, maybe not understand, but players, players, they understand that momentum is key in terms of corralling your teammates and being able to drive the force in getting this win.
It's a big win indeed for the LA Valley Monarchs and a big loss for the Corsairs. So unfortunately, we're out of time here. I'm Nick Johnson, here with my broadcast partner, Dominic Coakley. We will see you all next time. Good night, good luck, and have a great weekend.
Have a good weekend, y'all.